We are excited to welcome you to the 2021 San Diego Business Journal CFO of the Year Awards. At this annual event, we recognize local financial executive achievements within their companies, their industries, and in the San Diego community. The San Diego Business Journal is honored to have this opportunity to be able to showcase the very leaders who exemplify the spirit of San Diego. At this time, we would like to commence the program and introduce the San Diego Business Journal President and Publisher, Barb Chodas.
Welcome everyone to the 2021 CFO of the Year Awards ceremony. I'm Barb Chodas, President and Publisher of the San Diego Business Journal, and it is our privilege to recognize the San Diego's best and brightest CFOs for their great work, dedication, and significant accomplishments. In reviewing hundreds of nominations, it became very clear that these CFOs had to reinvent themselves, their priorities, processes, and their leadership skills. Each of these CFOs play a critical role in the success of their companies, but also in the success of the San Diego financial community as a whole. Before we begin the program, I'd like to take the moment to thank our sponsors, because without their support, this event would not be possible. Please join me in thanking our presenting sponsor, Marsh & McLennan Agency.
I think our people have done an amazing job of dealing with a pandemic, dealing with the wildfires in California, dealing with the social unrest, childcare issues. They were now all working from home in an environment they'd never been in before.
So the pandemic hit us quick and hit us hard.
We have an extra gear that we can tap into that we didn't realize that we had.
Yeah, I would say it's like nothing I've ever seen before. I mean, the teamwork that we had during the pandemic is incredible, and we've always done a good job of collaborating.
I think the team has always had it in them to be compassionate and giving and caring of one another, but I think it's taken it to a new level.
MMA colleagues taught me that we can work in any environment, that we have a truly family-based approach in how we deal with each other.
I think our team locally, regionally, and nationally all feel this shared responsibility to deliver more than expected, and we take this to heart.
Early on, Marsh made a decision that no employees were going to get laid off, which was amazing. The employees were able to relax and know that, okay, my job is safe. I'm going to be able to do my job, and I'm going to do a great job of it. And then on top of that, we had the growth, and all of a sudden now we have to hire people left and right.
I think the people at MMA are the best of the best. We're the most talented group of professionals in the insurance industry and have really shown their resiliency and their adaptability in being able to work in this environment, not only for our clients, but for each other.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it until the day I retire, is that I love what I do, and I love who I do it with.
I personally struggled through the pandemic with my mental health. It was hard for me to ask for that help. They heard me, and they start to cry. But yeah.
Next, I would like to introduce our diamond sponsors. Deloitte Consulting, LLP.
Right now, the world isn't just reopening. Humanity is reawakening. This moment presents each of us with an opportunity to demonstrate who we are at our core. We are resilient humans, fueled by persistent optimism. Together, we can reimagine a better world, understanding that every action we take today, no matter how big or small, will contribute to a thriving new tomorrow. Let's come together and make a difference for the greater good. Our businesses, our communities, one another, and the promise of more together days ahead.
FEI, San Diego Chapter.
SDFEI stands for San Diego Chapter of Financial Executives International, and we are made up of a group of finance professionals from controllers to VP of Finance, CFOs and treasurers, all from the San Diego region.
The networking is really one of the key benefits of the organization, and that you're able to network with senior financial executives throughout San Diego.
We have fantastic speakers, great professional development sessions, and the best business networking in San Diego.
We do fun activities. We go beer tasting at Carl Strauss, a local brewery. We go to a Padres game, and we meet for golf outings and other events.
We're the premier organization for senior level financial executives.
If you are a controller or above, please join us for any one of our events and learn more about us.
And MUFG, Union Bank.
Look past the surface, past the superficial. Look past the clothes, the hair, the carefully chosen accessories. Look past the office, the partnership, the promotion, past the endowment, grand opening, first job, and diploma. Go beyond the right choices and wrong choices. Choices that lead to words like character and substance. Past those formative moments. Then focus, refocus, take it all in, and realize that woven in the tapestry of all we're made of, there's something remarkable. And when those details that make you, you are discovered, when they're given the thought and care they deserve, you find more than just wealth or worth. You find what matters most. Whatever your journey to financial success looks like, Union Bank recognizes what makes you exceptional. Union Bank, your details matter.
Our gold sponsor is ACG, San Diego Chapter. Our event partners are Snake Oil Cocktail Company and Event Evision. Thanks again to all of our sponsors. We would now like to start the program. First, we'll begin with a keynote presentation from Trendle Reeves, Chief Sales Officer and Principal, Marsh & McLennan Agency. Next, we will honor the 2021 CFO of the Year Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. We will then recognize our judges and announce all of the finalists and the award winners. So let's get started. Please join me in welcoming Trendle Reeves.
Hi, I'm Trendle Reeves, Principal and Chief Sales Officer at Marsh & McLennan Agency. We're a leading insurance and benefits brokerage firm. First, let me start by saying congratulations on being named a CFO of the Year finalist. I had the privilege of meeting many of you at the judges' reception a few weeks ago. Your stories were unique. But one thing was really clear. In the face of adversity and the unknown, you were instrumental at keeping folks employed, keeping the doors open, and even thriving during an unprecedented time. Our firm has been a proud supporter of the San Diego Business Journal and the CFO of the Year Awards for many years now. Why? Because we want to recognize leadership that puts San Diego at the forefront of innovation in industry. It honors CFOs like you. In my position, I have the opportunity to speak to CFOs every day. I'm amazed by the ingenuity, the resilience, and the creativity CFOs must have to succeed. It's a tough job. You deserve our gratitude and respect for all you do to make San Diego an amazing place to live and work. Congratulations again to this year's honorees and winners. Before we look at 2021, let's take a look at what happened last year. Last year, the unthinkable happened. Whose contingency plans factored in a lockdown? Vacant office buildings? How many of you were prepared to send employees home to work? Did you forecast the financial impact of a global pandemic? Did anyone? A year later, thankfully, vaccinations are now happening and there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel. That said, there continues to be many things that keep CFOs up at night. Based on conversations we're having with CFOs, here's 3 things we're hearing. 1, manage risk. Be prepared for the unknown. 2, cost containment. What levers can I pull? 3, employee retention and recruiting. Keeping your talent is imperative. In 2021, managing all 3 will be keys to success. Before I dive in, I want to acknowledge the leadership many CFOs like you provided during the pandemic. We saw financial professionals step up across every vertical market we serve. Kudos to you. To ensure survival during the pandemic, many of you focused on your capital structure. It was time well spent. Many of you took advantage of PPP loans and other financing opportunities given the historically low interest rates. The focus on the capital stack was emblematic of an even deeper involvement in operations, more than I've ever seen in the past. This attention to detail has been motivated by both the survival instinct and the desire to make your company stronger than ever. Ultimately, as a result of your leadership, better days are ahead. So what did this mean operationally? In terms of managing risk, it's clear CFOs now see the world differently. The pandemic prompted many of you to scrutinize your operating models and your contingency plans. The pandemic also accelerated many operational changes, like strengthening your IT infrastructure to accommodate working from home. At the same time, some existing risks took on more urgency. After the social inequities and demonstrations of last summer, many now realize the business and reputational risks of failing to address diversity, equity, and inclusion. Cyber risk also landed on your desk in a big way. Systemic, widespread cyber events like the SolarWinds and Blackbaud breaches emerged as a major concern for all employers. These risks are consistent with the findings in this year's Global Risk Report published by Marsh McLennan. Let me share some of the highlights in the report. You may be surprised to know that extreme weather events top the list. Loss estimates for the Texas winter storm are already predicted to cost more than $18 billion, which matches the entire hurricane loss year for 2020. Next up on the list was cyber, followed by economic risks like asset bubbles, price instabilities, and debt crisis. The key takeaway here: invest time in risk management, look carefully at your risk profile, and make sure it aligns with your operations. Turning to cost containment, this was another big area of concern in 2020. Many of you focused on reining in expenses, including what you're paying for insurance. Insurance carriers raised rates for virtually every line of business insurance. Double-digit increases have been common. In a market like this, the job of a broker, which is to get the best coverage for the lowest price, is even more important than ever. So why are things so dire? Carriers have drastically reduced their appetite for risk. They're reeling from years of catastrophic natural disasters, increased litigation, and nuclear jury awards, among other factors. Some employers did get a break on workers' comp, but that was the exception rather than the rule. The hardening market will continue at least through the first half of the year. Then, we should see rates level off for some lines of coverage by the end of 2021. We're working with many CFOs to find opportunities to right-size their coverage. For some, we actually recommend less coverage because their risk profile or risk tolerance has changed as a result of the pandemic. This year, keep an open mind about the structure of your insurance programs. A creative broker can help you realize cost savings, especially if you're willing to think outside the box. With regard to recruitment and retention, CFOs recognize the heightened importance of taking care of their employees. CFOs were supportive of initiatives to ensure the health and well-being of their colleagues, and they did it because it was the right thing to do. A people-first policy in a time of great stress is essential for ongoing productivity as well as hitting your growth targets. The sentiment was clear in our nationwide survey of over 600 organizations last summer. Here's what we heard. 41% said wellness is their top priority. They are focused on the physical, mental, and financial well-being of their employees. 32% are seeking to improve existing benefits to attract top talent. And 30% want to migrate to a virtual or online platform to streamline benefits administration. The pandemic reinforced that our people are our most important asset. Looking forward, employee well-being will be an even bigger differentiator in attracting and retaining talent. We're very optimistic about this year because virtually every economic forecast is predicting strong growth. Take advantage of it by leaning on your partners to help you rethink expenses and continue to put the needs of your people first. It's been inspiring to see so many organizations respond to adversity by thinking creatively. CFOs are looking at the pandemic, for all its complications, as an opportunity to improve in just about every area of the business. Our team at Marsh McLennan Agency is here to help. We're strategic partners who help you develop cost-effective solutions to reduce your risk and take care of your people. Congratulations again from the entire MMA team on your continued success.
Thank you, Trendall. It is now my privilege to introduce Gary Ridge, CEO and Chairman of the Board of WD-40, who will introduce this year's Lifetime Achievement Award honoree.
G'day, I'm Gary Ridge, CEO and Chairman of WD-40 Company, and I'm delighted today to be here to honour Jay Rembold for the Lifetime Achievement Award. Jay has truly had a lifetime at WD-40 spanning 25 years, and in that time, Jay's financial leadership has taken us from a company with a market cap of $300 million to $4.2 billion. 3 or 4 acquisitions, opening of subsidiaries in 4 or 5 countries around the world. Jay's leadership through many times of change have really been a cornerstone to our growth. So Jay, on behalf of the whole WD-40 Company tribe and our board of directors, congratulations on a well-deserved award. We're so pleased that you are being honored today for a job that we are truly proud of. Thank you for being in our tribe.
Thank you so much for those kind words. It is an honor to be here and being considered for this award. I'd first like to congratulate all the nominees and award winners joining us today. To be included in this group of people is in itself an honor. When I was notified I was to receive this award, I was surprised, humbled, and felt undeserving, as so many others have done so much to contribute to my success. It is an incredible privilege to be recognized by one's peers and colleagues. However, in this moment of recognition, gratitude is what I am feeling more than anything else. A deep, lasting gratitude for those who have mentored and guided me on my journey. For my family who provided me with a strong foundation and who continue to support me. I'm blessed with parents who nurtured me, instilling in me the values of hard work and perseverance, the importance of service to others, and the love of learning. And I'm blessed with the continuing support of my wife, Tammy, and our 3 children, now strong, independent young adults who inspire me each day to be better. For the Executive Leadership Program at USD, which taught me the principles of servant leadership and helped me to evolve as a leader. For the opportunity to work with and learn from a values-driven, committed, capable leader, mentor, and friend over the last few decades, Gary Ridge, our CEO, and a catalyst for positive change in everything he does. For each of the people that I've had the opportunity to coach, I am so proud of all of your accomplishments, and I am certain that I have learned more from you than you have from me. And finally, I'm forever grateful for having the privilege of being a member of the WD-40 Company tribe for more than 23 years now. After only a few short weeks with the company, I knew that this organization was like no other, a place where people truly cared about each other, were passionate about the mission, and worked together to create a better future. When hearing of this award, a friend of mine asked me what advice I would offer to others who might be earlier in their career and aspiring to the role of CFO. It was a good question, and I'll offer a few of my thoughts today. Know the business. I'd recommend any aspiring or new CFO that they must take the time to understand the commercial side of the business model of their organization. Understand the issues that the business faces. Yes, understand the financials and how the organization generates revenue and profit, but also understand how it can create raving fans of its customers. The CFO needs to understand how the organization creates competitive advantage and ultimately value in the broadest sense possible. One way to do this is to be out in the business and in the market. We call this getting your shoes dirty. A corollary to this is serve your customers. A CFO has customers just like every other role. They're internal and external. Be sure to partner with your customers to help solve their big problems and to help them pursue the big opportunities. It is often said that accounting and finance is about scorekeeping. I disagree. We are problem solvers with specific expertise in financial aspects of the business. Use it to help your customers be successful. As we say at the WD-40 Company, I'm not here to mark your paper. My job is to help you get an A. Two valuable lessons I learned from Gary when dealing with an environment characterized by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Avoid the urge to have all the answers. Instead, have the courage to use three powerful words. I don't know. And when making decisions with incomplete information, don't aim for perfect. Instead, let roughly right be your goal. This is the essence of the minimum viable product concept. If your initial attempt gets it roughly right, you can always adjust from there. This is not always something that I was very good at. However, with experience and a strong team, I learned how to get comfortable with the unknown. I became more at ease with finding the answers instead of needing to have them all up front. And finally, make trust and respect the foundation of your team. Nothing happens without mutual respect and trust. Trust is built over time through vulnerable discourse, through transparency, and a history of being reliable in supporting others. Take time to build meaningful, trusting relationships. And when the inevitable friction occurs, repair it as quickly and thoroughly as you can. Without a strong team, it is unlikely that you'll be able to build a successful and sustainable business. Well, as I reflect on my career, a quote from Sheryl Sandberg comes to mind. It is the ultimate luxury to combine passion and contribution. It is also a very clear path to happiness. It's very much my pleasure to accept this reward on behalf of the great team around me. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Jay, on this well-deserved honor. It is now time to begin our award ceremony. Before we announce the winners, let's first recognize all of the finalists.
Scott Arnold, Naham Oscar, Scott Beer, John Bosjancic, Peter Boys, Leo Barola, Casey Castillo, Jonathan Clark, Greg Coleman, Tim Cruikshank, Lisa Deigel, Dave Delau, Gary Davidson, Kelly Deck, Sean Duffy, James Earwicker, Johnny Eck, Brianna Elvia, Amir Feder, Joel Fletcher, Greg Flores, Michael 14, Ryan Gray, Jessica Howcroat, Michael Helms, Kevin Hurdy, Arlene Jan, Sarah King, Brian Kintz, Ed Lake, Yee Larson, Alyssa Lockbaum, Laura Machado, Taylor Marshall, James Macias, Stacy Maxa, Kathy McDermott, Trey Monday, Mai Nguyen, Elias Almeida, Pierre Oulet, Akash Palikwala, Josephine Pemberton, Sandy Portilla, Mary Queen, Mary Jo Ray, Mari Rodish, Michael Rosen, Lori Saba, Rola Salome, Francesco Sherrod, Rand Smith, Rebecca Spain, Aaron Spiewak, Kevin Sun, Chris Yukita, Joelle Verbesto, Jennifer Warner, Matt Whalen, Barbara White.
Congratulations to all of the finalists. Now I'd like to thank the judges who had a challenging task of selecting this year's winners. Please join me in thanking Michelle Comtois, Principal for Executive Liability Practice, Marsh & McLennan Agency. David Crean, President and CEO, Coast BioVentures, LLC. Managing Partner for Cardiff Advisory, LLC, and current President of ACG San Diego. Karen Jordan, Director, CFO Systems, LLC, and current President of the San Diego Chapter, FEI. Joe Kite, Director, Mid-Corporate Banking, MUFG Union Bank. Haney Hahn, President and CEO of the San Diego Taxpayers Association. And Julie Moran, Marketplace Leader, Managing Director, Deloitte Consulting, LLP. Thanks again to all of our judges. It is now time to announce our award winners. Please welcome Hugh Leslie, Principal Life Sciences and Technology Lead, Marsh & McLennan Agency, who will announce the winners for the private and public, medium-sized companies, and private small company.
Thank you, Barb. The winner for the medium-sized private company category is Mari Rodish of Evotech. Evotech has grown from zero revenue to $311 million in a 6-year period without any outside investment and zero debt. The company has been able to grow because of Mari's financial management. She led the integration and acquisition of their company, acquiring assets and onboarding 25 new employees. In addition, Evotech has set up 2 philanthropic foundations this year around the underprivileged and women in technology, both of which Mari led in the setup. She has also streamlined processes, eliminated unneeded costs, and stretched dollars while improving internal conditions. Please congratulate Mari Rodish.
Good afternoon to the San Diego Business Journal. I'm extremely honored to be here and accepting the award of CFO of the Year. Thank you, Jeff Klenner, for the nomination. Thank you, Caesar, for building an organization that makes me very proud to be associated with. I moved to San Diego a few years ago because I wanted to be part of Evotech, and I haven't looked back. I'm very proud to be amongst the best in the industry. This past year was a challenge, as most of the finalists in this category attested to. I was very impressed by all the other CFOs and how they saw their organizations through this year. I'll just share that from the Evotech perspective, we came out stronger, 76% growth. That was amazing. And we did so because we have a team of employees that give 120% each and every day. I'm very proud to be part of this organization and very proud to be sharing this award with them. As I said, it's a reflection of all of Evotech and their efforts. I'm just one person, one part of it, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Mari. The next winner for the medium-sized public company category is Kelly Deck of Inhibrix. Kelly's story of leadership, hard work, and tenacity in 2020 resulted in a successful IPO for her company, Inhibrix. During the pandemic, the IPO would not have been successful if Kelly had not been prepared. She had to build a team of 5, implement systems and controls, and fix multiple material weaknesses from a prior audit. Mid-year, Inhibrix decided to move forward with the IPO and close it with lightning speed. In addition to the IPO, Kelly closed a $10 million debt financing, a joint venture agreement, led the rebuild of the company's website, and took over the additional role of general counsel while that person was on leave. Please congratulate Kelly Deck.
Hi, everyone. I am Kelly Deck, CFO of Inhibrix. I am honored and humbled to be here today. Thank you to the panel of judges. Thank you to San Diego Business Journal. Thank you to FEI for the nomination. And most importantly, thank you to my team, both professionally and personally, for all the support. 2020 was a formidable year, to say the least. But our team at Inhibrix was able to pull off an IPO in 3 months, and that ended up being hugely transformative for the company. Our finance team is small but fierce and mighty, and they endured crazy hours alongside of me and operated at the top of their game. And then, of course, my husband, who also weathered the storm with my two little kids at home during COVID, home all the time, in order to give me the flexibility that I needed. So thank you to all of you for this award. Every day at Inhibrx, I am surrounded by the best and the brightest minds. They are always operating at the top of their game, and they inspire me and they make me better, both professionally and personally. 2020 was actually my first official year as a CFO, and so this has certainly been a memorable year for me. I'm very proud that our team was able to contribute to the company's success in such a meaningful way in the past year, and was able to support the science that I believe will end up making a huge impact on many, many people's lives going forward. So thank you again. I really appreciate the award, and have a great evening.
Congratulations, Kelly. Next, the winner for the small private company category is Scott Arnold of Certus Oncology. Scott understands what it takes to grow a complex life science business from the very beginning. He manages with a spirit of teamwork, fairness, and focuses on the objectives and company mission. He has helped raise capital, participated in the board and investor meetings, and has taken on the role of executive vice president. Scott has implemented employee bonus and option programs and initiated disciplined reporting systems. He is also in charge of a facilities move. Please congratulate Scott Arnold.
Good afternoon. My name is Scott Arnold. I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer for Certus Oncology Solutions. I'd like to thank the San Diego Business Journal and Marsh McLennan for hosting and sponsoring this event, recognizing the value that financial leaders play in our community. Certus Oncology Solutions was started in 2016 with a singular purpose to identify novel therapies that aided oncologists and their cancer patients where the cancer had not responded to the standard of care. Along our 5-year journey, we've secured a CLIA high complexity license for our laboratory in Sorrento Mesa. We've created a COVID-19 testing capability using that CLIA license. And we've more recently created a set of offerings focused on working with pharma and biotech organizations as they develop new drugs to battle cancer. 2020 was a banner year for Certus Oncology, literally year one of our commercial activity. No sooner had we created a commercial plan than COVID fell out of the sky on all of us, basically shutting down our access to clinical markets. We turned the lemon into lemonade, pivoted the use of our CLIA license to create the COVID-19 testing capability, and delivered 40,000 tests in 2020 in support of regional and national healthcare organizations. 96% of those tests were delivered the same day that the samples were received. Other highlights during 2020 include 12x year-over-year revenue growth, a growth of our staff from 8 to 24. We anticipate adding another 16 staff in 2021. We overhauled all of our financial accounting, management reporting, and control systems, our HR system, our IT systems and processes. We implemented a brand new commercial technology stack, and we rebranded the company and created a brand new website. 2020 was a big year for Certus. In my spare time, I support entrepreneurs working through incubator programs at Connect, SDSI, and USD Brink. I serve on the board of directors of Just in Time for Foster Youth, on the board of advisors for the Fleet Science Center, and I'm passionate about anything athletic in my spare time. Humble and honored to be recognized here today. Very appreciative of this award, and want to congratulate all the nominees, all the other award winners here this afternoon. Thanks again.
Thanks, Hugh. Congratulations, winners. Next, I'd like to welcome Julie Moran, who will announce the winners for the public and private large companies.
Thanks, Barb. The winner for the public large company category is Kevin Hurd of Mirabai Life Sciences. Kevin has more than 20 years of experience in finance, accounting, and general management, focusing on diagnostics, biopharmaceutical development, and technology. In less than 5 months after the decision to go public was made, Kevin and the management team led the IPO of Mirabai to one of the highlights of the 2020 IPO market. In October, Kevin successfully led a $780 million syndicated debt facility refinancing and upsizing for Mirabai. He also oversaw significant investments in infrastructure and helped scale the company during a period of rapid revenue growth. Please welcome Kevin Hurd.
Hi, I'm Kevin Hurd, CFO of Maravai Life Sciences, and I thank you for being chosen as this year's San Diego Business Journal's Large Public Company CFO of the Year. Thank you to the judges, thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you for the San Diego Business Journal for really keeping this tradition alive and keeping our business community together during these times. I've been lucky enough to be part of the business community since I was born. My dad came to San Diego in 1968 to join San Diego Trust and Savings Bank, and during those times I got to interact with many of the people at the bank and the San Diego business community. The bank was sold in 1993. That was when I graduated from the University of San Diego and luckily began my career in the San Diego business community. I joined KPMG and Dave Down and the team in the San Diego office, and throughout the years I've had so much fun working with so many great people and with so many great companies throughout San Diego, probably no more so than here at Maravai Life Sciences. I have to thank our co-founder, chairman and CEO Carl Hull, our co-founder and president Eric Tardif, and the great healthcare partners at the private equity firm of GTCR for this opportunity. Over the last year, we've added over 100 jobs to San Diego. We've ramped up our nucleic acid production facility here that we spent over $75 million developing. And this facility has really been key in helping with the pandemic. We create a very unique product, our CleanCap reagent, which caps messenger RNA and is used in several different vaccines, including the Pfizer vaccine. We're very proud of all the accomplishments of Maravai over the last year. Culminating in the fourth quarter, all these business successes allowed us to execute one of the largest and most successful healthcare IPOs of 2020. But as my dad's bank used to say, money matters, but people count. And more so, I'm just really pleased by the great team effort, the great people I have working for me, I work with, and all the great people at Maravai that have done so much over the last year. Lastly, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank God, my family, my friends for helping keep me grounded, centered, present, and on the right path during these unique times. Hopefully soon we can all get together in person and celebrate the San Diego business community. On behalf of the whole team here at Maravai and myself, I just personally want to thank you for this recognition and award. I certainly look forward to being part of and giving back to the San Diego business community over the next 25 years. Cheers.
Congratulations. Next, the winner for the private large company category is Barbara White of Taylor Guitars. Barbara is dedicated to the team of nearly 2,000 employees at Taylor. Looking to preserve Taylor's culture and values for the long-term future, she was instrumental in the transition ownership of the company to Taylor's employees through an employee stock ownership plan. While the plan was empowering to U.S.-based employees, ESOPs do not exist in other parts of the world. Barbara made sure that all employees, regardless of where they were located, should be able to participate in the program. This required her to navigate financial complexities of other countries and regions, including Mexico, South America, and Europe, to create financial instruments that would allow Taylor employees to participate in the program. In early 2021, it was announced that the company is now 100% employee-owned. Please welcome Barbara White.
I'd like to start with a heartfelt thank you to the San Diego Business Journal nominating committee for this award. When I heard the other presentations, I was deeply impressed with every one of the finalists. It made me so very proud to be part of such an amazing group of CFOs, and I'm humbled and honored to have been selected. I'd also like to acknowledge my peers at other companies across the San Diego business community who navigated the unprecedented challenges of 2020 to protect the livelihoods of their respective businesses and employees. When I joined Taylor Guitars 11 years ago, I knew it was a special company. The culture that our co-founders Bob Taylor and Kurt Listig have built has championed creativity, innovation, collaboration, perseverance, inclusivity, high ethical standards, and environmental stewardship. Along the way, Bob and Kurt have attracted some of the most talented, caring, and committed people I've ever met. Together, we have achieved many great things and have become a respected leader in our industry and our local community. So thank you, Bob and Kurt, for building such a wonderful culture. Preserving that culture and our independence as a company for the long-term future led Bob and Kurt to explore options for ownership succession. In the end, they agreed that transitioning to 100% employee ownership was the right decision. About 7 years ago, I began to research the mechanics of such a transition with other members of our executive team. As an international company with a second factory across the border in Tecate and employees in Europe and South America, we we felt it was essential to find a way for all of our employees to participate. Leading our global ESOP project last year has been the highlight of my career. I am thrilled that we will be able to positively impact the lives of our employees while also ensuring the continuity of our business for decades to come. I also hope that in some way, Taylor's ESOP transition may serve as a demonstration case for other companies looking to preserve their culture and independence for the long-term future. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our Vice President of Finance, Brian Baer, and our Legal Manager, Jordan Keglovitz, along with members of our finance and executive teams for their tireless efforts in support of this transition to employee ownership. Thank you again for this wonderful honor, which I proudly share with the rest of the company.
Thanks, Julie. Congratulations, winners. Next, I'd like to welcome Joe Kite, who will announce the business nonprofit and the nonprofit category winners.
Thanks, Barb. The winner for the business nonprofit category is Lori Saba of the San Diego Regional Economic Development Corporation. In the past 12 months, Lori has been integral to the EDC's continued financial stability, growth, and functioning. She maintained a $1.5 million in private investment into EDC and its programs. A San Diego native, Lori is a champion for innovation and inclusion throughout the region. In addition to establishing EDC's foundation to support workplace development programs, she serves on numerous community boards. Please congratulate Lori Saba.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much to the San Diego Business Journal for this lovely recognition. I'm particularly grateful to the team at EDC for nominating me. I will tell you that in a normal year, our team works with about 125 companies from the life sciences and tech, grow jobs here in San Diego through our services. But over the last 12 months, that number mushroomed to more than 1,300 companies in every industry sector from every corner of San Diego, mostly very small businesses. They were suffering and needed our help. They needed access to the PPP loan information. They needed access to local and state grants. They needed reopening guidance and closing guidance and all over again, as you all know. And as a 501c6, we weren't eligible for a PPP loan. That meant that we were relying very heavily on the 200 companies that are investors in EDC. Many of them were suffering, and we weren't sure how the year would go, but we were extremely fortunate that the vast majority were able to stay with us. And those that weren't, we coined a phrase. We said their membership would be on COVID hold, which just meant that they weren't going to pay their dues last year, but they were very much still EDC investors, very much still with us in every way, and that we hoped that sometime in the future when the economy recovered, they would be in a position to once again support us. And I'm so happy to share that in many cases, as we get through Q1, companies have rebounded, and some of them have already been able to re-up their commitment, which just signals to me that there is a bit of light at the end of the tunnel here and that things are getting better, while we know there are still thousands of San Diegans who are really suffering. And it has affirmed our commitment to our inclusive growth initiative and to making sure that this recovery comes about in a way that really doubles down on the resiliency efforts that we have long known our region needs to focus on. And so I accept the honor on behalf of my colleagues, and I'm very, very grateful.
Congratulations, Lori. Next, the winner for the nonprofit category is Casey Castillo of the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank. Since COVID-19 hit San Diego, Casey has been instrumental in securing additional warehouse and refrigeration space to store increased food, enlarging the food bank's workforce by 20%, and ensuring the safety and protection of all staff, volunteers, and clients. Before COVID, Casey managed an annual budget of $13 million. In the past 11 months, Casey led his team to overseeing a budget of $40 million. While there was an increase in donations, the food bank has also spent much more money on food. In a typical year, the food bank purchased $1 million in food. In the last 11 months, Casey has increased our food purchases by $10 million to meet the demand from COVID-19. Please congratulate Casey Castillo.
First of all, I'd like to thank the San Diego Business Journal, the sponsors, the judges, and to say a big thank you to my fellow CFOs. I see what you're doing. I know the great work that is happening, and this is such a special thing for me to be included in this group and a great honor to receive this award. I do recognize that this award is in large part due to the San Diego Food Bank, our mission, our role in the community, and specifically the way we have responded to the pandemic. We are proud of that response. We are proud that we were able to increase the amount of food that we were distributing in the county, moving from 40 million to nearly 60 million during the pandemic. That allowed us to increase our service population that we are serving monthly from 350,000 to nearly 600,000, and we have kept up at that same pace. We are also grateful and proud that we were able to support our nonprofit partners by providing nearly $2 million worth of grants to them to support their local needs. And lastly, and on behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for the work that you are doing, for being part of the solution and helping San Diego recover. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe. Congratulations, winners. Next, I'd like to welcome David Crean, who will announce the most innovative team winner and the public service winner.
Thank you, Barb. The winner for the most innovative team is Mary Jo Ray of Innovative Team. She has clients that encompass all sizes and financial situations imaginable. A majority partner of RCR Financial, she has used her teaching and management skills to assemble an unlikely team that has allowed her to maximize profits and growth for her micro business, thereby serving more clients. She has integrated with her clients' companies as seamlessly as if she were part of the staff, even learning a dozen new software apps in order to meet them where they are already productive and comfortable. Please join me in congratulating Mary Jo Ray of Innovative Team.
Thank you to the San Diego Business Journal for the Innovative Teams Award. I really appreciate the opportunity and the recognition. 2020 was a year where, with all of the things from COVID, we had the opportunity to try and look for new technology, new opportunities, new ways to work with our clients, with our small businesses, and with our staff. It was definitely a year for us to try new innovation. Thank you so much for this award.
Congratulations, Mary Jo. Next, the winner for the public service category is Pierre Oulet of the University of California, San Diego. Pierre is CFO for both the main UC San Diego campus and the Academic Medical Center, UC San Diego Health. He is accountable for an annual budget of $6 billion, a human resources function supporting 35,000 employees, IT services, university real estate needs, and a housing, dining, and hospitality division providing dining services and housing for 20,000 students. He has made a deep impact on the university's growth, shaping the San Diego region for the future, and through an intellectual, cultural, and physical transformation of the university and medical centers. Please join me in congratulating Pierre Oulet.
Dear colleagues and community leaders in San Diego, I am incredibly grateful to have been selected as CFO of the Year in the Public Service category. It has been an amazing process of self-reflection. It has also given me the opportunity to learn more about my peers and their dedication to this community. It is this sense of service that brings us together. Many of us commented that CFOs are agents of the organization that they represent. UC San Diego's mission is rooted in serving this community. We are committed to sparking innovation and collaboration and to transforming lives by providing education, healthcare, and opportunities to so many in San Diego and beyond. It is my privilege to contribute in any way I can. Again, a huge thanks to the San Diego Business Journal, to the jury for giving so much of their time, and to my peers across San Diego for inspiring me. Thank you very much.
Thanks, David, and congratulations, winners. Next, I'd like to welcome Karen Jordan, who will be announcing the final award, the Rising Star category.
Thank you, Barb. The winner for the Rising Star Company category is Tim Cruikshank
ImpediMed. In his short time of CFO over the last 9 months, Tim has raised over $27 million and signed the 5 largest contracts in company history, including 2 clinical trial contracts with AstraZeneca worth more than $4.5 million. In transitioning to a work-from-home workforce, Tim now leads quarterly update calls, small fireside chats, and other virtual events for employees. He also serves on the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters of San Diego County, ensuring that at-risk youth in San Diego have a one-to-one mentor. And he raised $205,000 at its annual golf marathon that he chairs. Please help me congratulate Tim Cruikshank.
Hi, thank you to the San Diego Business Journal and the judges for this award. Congratulations to all of the winners and finalists. We have such a strong group of financial leaders here in San Diego, especially in the life science industry. It's an honor to be a part of a community of colleagues like this. This award is a result of a number of incredible teams working together to achieve outcomes, and all in the face of the global COVID-19 pandemic. I'm just one individual. It was the passion and collaboration of our leadership team, finance, sales, marketing, software development, the whole ImpediMed company across the globe that created our results this year. I'm humbled and honored to help lead this organization. My work at both ImpediMed and Big Brothers Big Sisters of San Diego County is focused on improved outcomes. One is focused on patient care throughout the world. The other is focused on the children of our community right here in San Diego. At ImpediMed, we're transforming patient care through our digital health platform. Our technology generates powerful data to maximize patient health in order to detect and prevent the onset of debilitating chronic diseases such as lymphedema and heart failure. Through the leadership of our CEO, Rick Carrion, and with the trust of our board of directors, a few years ago, we began a journey to evolve from a medical device company to a medical technology company. Now, COVID-19 has rapidly increased the rate of acceptance of technology within healthcare. And because of our recent transformation, ImpediMed was well positioned to thrive during an otherwise turbulent time for many companies. I'm incredibly grateful to be a part of such a critical cause as we continue to transform healthcare. At Big Brothers Big Sisters, we believe inherent in every child is the ability to succeed and thrive in life. 1 in 3 youth grow up without a positive role model in their life, though. Through one-to-one mentors, statistics show dramatically improved outcomes for kids, including increased high school graduation rates and decreased incarceration rates. Our job is to find them one-to-one mentors that can unlock their potential. So again, thank you so much for this award. I'm very humbled and honored by it. And congratulations to all of the winners and finalists. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of the winners. You make our community of business very proud. This concludes our program. Thanks to all of you for joining us. And I would like to remind everyone that you can read more about our honorees in our print and digital editions, and this entire event will be available on sdbj.com. We look forward to seeing all of you next year.